How's it going, guys? It's Uber Jack here with another video for you today, and this time we're talking about something kind of related, kind of not related. I guess it is really related. It's going to affect the market that we're working in, me myself particularly, and it's completely different than what we've probably seen before. And yes, it's rickshaws. If you don't know what a rickshaw is, it's that on the screen there, a pod taxi they call it. Popular in a lot of other places around the world, India, things like that. I think this is the first time we've seen them in the UK, and they've been given the green light by Cardiff Council to operate. And what I didn't realise, I knew about this a few weeks ago actually, didn't think about covering it, but what I didn't realise at the time, until I've read this article now, which we're going to just have a quick skim through, is that these rickshaws are actually being offered by OLA, which obviously is part of their business model in India, and they've wanted to bring that here, and it's been allowed. So let's just have a look at this article. I've already read through it, but it's pretty good, to be honest with you. The article. So it says that the electric rickshaws have been given the green light to come to the city. Electric rickshaws have been given the go-ahead to come to Cardiff. People across the capital will soon be able to order a rickshaw in a similar way they would book an Uber taxi. I don't know why they didn't put an Ola taxi in there, but Uber will take that. They'll take that. Taxi hailing firm Ola has asked Cardiff Council for permission to run the private hire rickshaws. At a special meeting held by the Public Protection Committee on Tuesday, it was decided to give the green light to operate across certain parts of the city. So there's a picture of it there. I think you can have 2 passengers in the vehicle with the driver in the front. It's gimmicky, isn't it? I'll give my opinions further on down the line after I've read through this, but it looks gimmicky to me for the get-go. The Uber rival plans to offer the rickshaws throughout their existing booking app, the ZBs. So I think that's what their official name is, ZBs, which would all have seat belts, would take 1 hour to charge, and once fully charged would run for an average of 30 miles, which is crap really if you think about it. But the reason why that would be acceptable is because these are just going to be doing literally short trips. You'll see that the radius that they're allowed to operate in a minute, it's a limited radius. So the 30 miles wouldn't be a big deal based on where they're going to be able to do. So where will I be able to get one? The Ola rickshaws, known as ZBs, would carry a maximum of 2 passengers and only operate from the Wales Millennium Centre, which is just down the bottom of that map there, and in Cardiff Bay, Lloyd George Avenue, which is the line going all the way up there, from the bottom from the Millennium Centre up there, past Atlantic Wharf, and throughout the city centre all the way up to City Hall. So it's just literally a city centre thing down to the bay. So there's going to be a lot of trips maybe where we would have been taking customers from the bay to town to the bay that we're going to lose out on, which isn't, they're small trips anyway, but there's only a certain amount of these rickshaws as well, so it's not going to take up a big proportion of the work, I wouldn't imagine. They plan to cover a roughly 3-mile patch that would take around 13 minutes to get from top to bottom. They should be so lucky. We'll see what that works out as in real time with the traffic, etc. Ola plan to have a fleet of 20 rickshaws across the city during a pilot scheme operated by 30 drivers. That's interesting. I wonder if the drivers have been approached by Ola, or have they been specifically recruited. I believe they would have to have a private hire license still. I can't see why they wouldn't. It's exactly the same as what we're doing. It's just a different vehicle, and it's just a restricted zone. You're still plying for hire essentially. So those guys must have had licenses. I wonder if it was current drivers who decided they would give it a go or whatever. So when can I get one? Ola plan to operate their fleet on different hours throughout the week. From Monday to Wednesday, there will be rickshaws available from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and from Thursday to Saturday, they'll run from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. On Sundays, they will start at 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. How much will it cost? There's no exact word on how much they'll cost yet, but in documents submitted to the council, OLA say they will be cheaper than current options for trips less than 5 miles. I'd expect it to be cheaper though, you know. I don't think people are going to jump into these and pay premiums on them. They're just not going to. If it's going to be cheaper, that will tempt people. There's still more to it than that, I believe. You can only take 2 of you in it. If it's raining, which it rains all the time, you're going to get a bit wet. This isn't India. We don't have great weather all year round. You can see from looking at the side of them there, you know, there's no protection from the elements. Rain doesn't just come down vertically, particularly in Wales. It comes from all angles. So you'll probably get pretty wet if you're in one, unless they're going to have some rain covers or something. I'm not sure. But then if you do, what's the point in that? You may as well be in a car, in my opinion, on that, really. So, how are they safe? Right, this is quite a key bit. A report to the committee says rickshaws have far fewer safety features than standard cars. They can be fitted with seat belts, which probably would be the law, so they'd have to be anyway, and strengthened overhead and side impact protection, but they offer very little protection to the driver and passengers in the event of a collision, which is true. They will be going at a lower speed than regular cars, but there's literally no protection. You could fall out of the thing, you could topple over, a whole manner of things that could, you know, very unlikely, I guess, but they still could. They also do not have windows, and the open compartment design poses a greater risk of objects entering the rickshaw and potentially causing injury, or passengers being thrown from the vehicle or injuring limbs, etc. during a collision. OLA has told the council that the ZBs have undergone extensive road safety testing and would create no noise or carbon emissions. Well, you know, we would expect that. It's a full electric vehicle, no brainer really. They would be able to fit 3 people, including the driver, and a suitcase. Really? Where's that suitcase gonna go? Let's have a look. Don't know what suitcase they're on about. Where's that gonna go? Down the side by the driver? No. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't see where, unless there's something on the back there, like a little. No, it can't be. I don't know. Anyway, where was I? Oh, okay. They added that the rickshaws will be fully weatherproof and be brand new from the manufacturer. Okay. So, weatherproof meaning that the interior of the car is not gonna sort of, you know, erode to the weather or rust maybe, but I don't know how they stop people getting wet. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. There's a lot of uncertainties about it. I guess Ola can see potential in making money from them. Will they take off? This is the thing. Let's have a look at this video actually. This should be interesting if it plays. Oops. Wow. Couple of things from that. I don't want that colour, Jesus Christ, that is a eyesore. I know it's Ola's logo and their colour, blah blah blah, but Jesus. And that horn, did you hear that at the end? That is going to annoy the shit out of me. Listen, at the end of the day, they may help with congestion. There may be less congestion on the roads because of them. They may be just a gimmick. who knows? Time will tell. Why don't you guys let me know what you think of these? Are they going to spread throughout the country? Is OLA going to be the test? The Cardiff going to be the tester for these, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I mean, Cardiff could do with extra means of transport, no doubt about it. But is this it? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm personally not worried about them taking business from us. It's not going to happen. You know, a lot of people do use Ubers to go from, you know, the areas that you've seen on the map there, their particular hotspots. But look, they're very restricted in where they can and can't go. It's just literally up Lloyd George Avenue and then in and around the town there, in that purple area. So they're not going to take much work off us, guys. I don't think so. Maybe they'll take away the annoying small trips that we're going to be getting, you know, in a city ones, from sort of the, you know, Wood Street, say, over to Tyndall Street, those kind of things. But who knows? Let me know what you guys think about this. It's kind of a weird one, but definitely something I wanted to cover because it is very relevant to the channel and the private hire market in general. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and as I say, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Cheers.